Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 9 of the Joyride podcast, and we're super pumped for this episode. We are just one episode away to the winding up of season 3, and it's been nothing but amazing. We've brought you some of the coolest guests, some of the guys that you guys didn't think would bring you, and today we also have a guest that maybe you just didn't see this coming, so stay tuned. But before we even do that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. My name is still Ben Psycho. Wanjiru, you can pick it up.
Hi everyone, welcome. And my name is still Wanjiru. Nothing has changed. It's good to see you guys, to be here with you guys. As Ben has said, 2 more episodes to go. We are excited. We're on the finish line. We have great things that are coming up. So please stay tuned on our Instagram page, the Joyride Podcast. You could also follow Ben and I. Also on our TikTok, the Joyride Podcast. I want to read some comments from the episode that we did with Nameless. So Ben, I know you don't read comments.
I do actually.
Oh, you do?
I do.
All right.
I read a lot
Let me read this
comments.
one. I don't know if you saw this one. From the episode we did with Nameless.
Yeah.
I hope to see the president and first lady, and also the vice and first lady, and also Raila and Ida. This would be a great avenue to reach out to young people and address relationships and marriage. Moral stability and the voice and covering of leaders would be a blessing. Uko na namba ya Ruto?
President Ruto,
sorry. His
I mean,
Excellency, President Ruto, and Mom Rachel.
Let me tell you, I believe that one day we're gonna host him on this show.
Utaweza kuongea?
Nitakuwa tuna present man. It's like your president. I just wanted to ask how you met.
Your president.
Na niko na njaa. Lunch haitoshi, kazi ndio inatosha hapa.
There was so much love for Nameless and Wahu. I mean, they're legends.
Yeah.
And we had so much fun. There's one here that says, and my award for the best dressed person on set goes to Ben Psycho. He's looking very, very good. I agree. Your fashion sense this season has just...
That's like the first time I've dethroned you in fashion, right?
Yeah. Well, it's... I'm happy for you. No.
You don't?
Absolutely not.
I'm that insignificant, eh?
Just a lot of love for the Madenges and the conversation that we were having. Thank you guys so much. There's someone who's saying here, it feels like I was watching a podcast musical. We really sang. You guys had a song to back up most of your responses. I really enjoyed this episode, and I have also laughed a lot. Such an amazing episode. What fun we had, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, the guest that we have today on set is an amazing guy. I'd say he's the king of OCD. You guys think... I used to think I'm OCD. I used to think I'm
You
neat.
are not OCD.
I used to think I'm very neat, you know, until I started watching this guy's videos on TikTok, on Instagram, and I was like, I'm nowhere close to this. He's a cool guy. One fun fact that you don't know about him is that at one point he was a rapper.
Why you?
But we will get to that point. I had to do like 50 push-ups so that I can fit it into this interview. Ladies and gentlemen,
that's actually a fun fact.
Give it up for the one and only Victor Peace.
You are a rapper, Victor?
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay,
I thought
you
that
have
was
to drop.
everything I was going to do in my life. Yeah.
That
was my career.
You were going to be a rapper? Okay.
Drop some bars, man.
Yeah, please. Come on.
You can do anything now.
Freestyle?
Please. He actually drops bars on his page. I've listened to a video where you drop. Drops is what it's environment.
Global warming.
But this is what give us something. Okay.
All right.
Shorty, your eyes look beautiful. Cute face. Your smile looks pretty too. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here with you. Man, I'd like to spend time. Is it okay with you?
Hey.
Man, I'd like to take you out for a treat or two.
Ooh.
And maybe know you more than just what you do. Now we could be friends, mambo sawa, then we could make plans, Jioni Kahawa.
Hey. Okay.
Gentlemen, this is what you're up against. The game is rigged already.
Will you ever go back to the industry?
People gas me up, but I'm just like, no. I'm like, maybe just do it for fun.
Okay. Yeah.
My brother, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. This is such an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
This is the last thing I ever thought that would ever happen. Being on Joyride.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I love it.
Why would you think that's the last thing to ever happen?
See, you give my love to what and I feel this connection over here. It's like I'm interrupting it.
We come in between.
Circuit breaker.
No worries, man.
No, but we're so excited to have you.
Thank you so much.
Ben, I don't know if you should delve into the conversation.
No. Victor Peace needs to tell us more about himself.
Okay,
Introduce yourself to the guys. Tell them what you do.
So as you've heard, my name is Victor Peace, but also aka Karanja. You have to say it that way, Karanja.
Karanja.
Not Karanja.
Yeah, not Karanja.
Karanja.
And then, so I'm a home and lifestyle content creator.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of cleaning, organizing. That's what you'll find on Instagram. But then I'm also have a day job.
Yeah.
As a tech manager.
You're a tech manager?
Yeah.
Wow.
In an NGO. Yeah. So that's what I do. And I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah.
I think
That's
I'll say
great.
that again.
In fact, it's interesting that you said you're a tech manager because when I saw your phone, it's not the usual kinds of every other person's phone. I knew there was something different here. And that's how tech guys behave. You know, they always have a phone that not many people have. Or they have a Peugeot, you know, like the new model. Like, not everyone is driving a Peugeot.
Or like just exclusive things.
A Peugeot, you know, the 508 or something, you know. And that kind of sold you out as a techie. I've seen your home content video and I'm actually a huge fan. Do you do clean for other homes as well?
Yeah, you know, in my part time.
Like I can come to your home.
When things are a bit thick.
I can come clean for you
Yeah, on
guys.
Saturdays afternoon.
He's joking, guys. Stop sending him
Yeah,
DMs.
please.
Have guys ever hit you up to come help them arrange their homes?
No.
But you run a business, domesticated.
Oh yeah, so domesticated is mostly what you call it, like I sell interior styling objects.
Yeah.
So furnishings. But I've never had someone tell me to go and wash their house. I feel offended.
Niliona your sitting room and I what exactly
When you're sure trying.
But that's dope. That's dope,
It's so
man.
funny.
Karibu sana to the show. Today's conversation is going to be interesting and I look forward to it.
All right.
Are you excited, 10?
Yes, I am. Victor?
Yeah, excited.
Okay.
I told you, guests come on the Joyride. It's a
Yeah.
very calm show. Some people cry, others faint, others get saved after the show. So I don't know. Where do you think after the show? Where do you think you'll be at?
Watch out, you'll find out.
You'll find out, yeah?
You'll find out.
Nice one. So let's start with the first question of the day.
Is it a question?
It's a question actually. So the conversation today is getting married earlyish. Getting married earlyish. So at what age did you start dating? I've said this so many times on the show.
Or
You are what?
dating the person I got married to, or just dating generally?
Generally.
Oh
Generally.
my God, this is embarrassing. I think
Can't be
maybe-
as embarrassing as Ben's.
I think I was 4 years old.
What?
Okay.
What?
Okay, this is good.
Bombastic side.
Yeah.
4 years old.
Yeah. So there's this girl in like where we used to live, and I liked her. Oh my God. So anytime my mom would bring stuff, like I'd walk to her place, even if it's at like 9 p.m. and I'd go and take whatever I was given to her.
Oh.
Then we went to nursery together. Then we'd hold hands going to nursery, and I just knew this is the person, for life. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my mom tells me we're going to the airport because she's traveling with her family.
This guy
And
now.
yeah, so they're moving countries, and I was crushed.
a
Oh my
heartbreak.
God, I cried. I cried for like 2 days. Yeah, so
That's how she
that's
left.
that's how she left. And
So you
You
guys
never
have never
kept in-
touched base
yeah.
again.
oh no, we touched base last year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that's funny. Yeah, so shout
Was
out.
it was mutual. From
Of
her
course,
end.
yeah, like
okay.
holding her hand without consent.
For me, I think.
Wait, was she
gosh.
single when you reached out to her last year?
Well, she's single.
Oh, she's single.
Yeah, she's single.
Okay.
There's nothing into it though.
Okay.
With some okay,
People
maybe some,
cheat. Yeah.
Let's go.
I think I've said this before. I think, gosh, now 4. Mine was like after high school. I know.
Are you focusing on your studies?
I was really just that geek. So after high school.
Mine was just after primary school. That's after class 8. That's when I was around 15.
Yeah.
15, 16. 15 actually.
Victor is like, wow.
feel the
Yeah,
judge.
but it's 4 years, man. 4 years I'm still trying
we're
to
not
hustle
shaming you.
toys.
You're fine. You're fine.
Zuku telling people for walks in the estate. That's really dope. At what age did you propose? Or were you proposed to?
I was 27.
27, okay. I was 28.
Yeah, you just had it.
What about you?
You
Oh my God, I feel like I have so many cringe moments. Yeah.
Give us.
I think I was 23.
Okay.
23.
Yeah.
You proposed at 23.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. How was it?
The most cringe thing again. In fact, like if I can be able to track the person who has that video on YouTube, like
You will find
I'd be
them
like, yo,
and
nitakupatia.
Check this down.
Check it.
Now, if you have that video as the joyride, we have a reward. We have a reward, a good reward.
We'll put out a poster.
We have a very good reward.
For them to take it down, right?
No. Please send it to us at a small fee.
It's on YouTube. It's take it down. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Then
Or
we'll
somebody
find.
uploaded it.
Yeah, so the thing is, I did it on live television on the trend.
Oh, Victor.
Yeah, so it's still there. So it needs to come down.
Victor.
Victor, please tell us story. Tell us the how
Victor.
tell us
Like-
tuambie story vizuri. Umetuambia juju sana.
That wasn't the initial plan. So the plan was to do it at KCC, at the rooftop up Joe, helipad. Everything was set. Then I thought she saw the message. So I was like, oh no, like plan B. So then I talked to Larry at that time. He was the host at the trend.
Yeah.
And he was like, cool. Yeah, we can do this. So she was singing and performing during the show. And I just walked in with placards. And I was just like,
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay, but KICC would have even been
I know, right?
massive.
Yeah, more intimate.
Yeah.
So
Okay, can we post the video here or we don't post it here?
we're trying to get the person to take it
Ouch,
down, right?
don't so it's going to be counterproductive.
Okay. I hear you.
Why the trend proposal was so surprising is because I, as Victor rightfully put it, very cringe. Maybe I was just being very biased, but I prefer very, very intimate proposals. It's a very selfish reason why I was surprised, but it's really why I love intimate proposals. Yeah, it was just like that. So I can't imagine anyone proposing on the trend. I would say no.
At what age did you get married?
A year later, so 28.
29.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Today we're putting you on the spot. too much.
24, 25?
Okay.
25.
I think 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with 25. It sounds.
Makes sense.
Sounds better for now.
It's 25. Okay.
But in retrospect, like you were ready and in
Yeah, for
hindsight,
sure.
yeah.
Like I think from the big, like from when
The
I was
jump, yeah.
younger, way younger, I think it's something that I really looked forward to.
Okay.
So I feel like I was ready at that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%, yeah.
Okay. All right. So
You get
you
to
go
ask your
first,
question.
Victor. You pick the question.
Pick a question, pick
Then we'll
whatever.
all answer.
Why don't you also take yours so that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you taken yours, Ben?
Oh, okay.
So we'll start with you,
the
Victor.
Okay. So apparently it's a thing. I have to cross my feet.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You won't do this for long, though.
Me, it's all about the boots. I hope they can be seen.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Who yours or mine?
Mine.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, there are two questions here.
Yeah.
Okay. Start with the
Just
first.
The first one, okay.
Okay.
Assuming the general rule, financial stability comes a little later in life. In your experience, were financial constraints, instability a consideration before you got married?
Oh my God, yeah, man. Yeah, there were financial what?
Constraints.
What's the word?
Constraints
There.
and instability.
Financial constraints.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. That's what stopped. If I had money by 25, I'd be married by 26. The only reason I pushed until 29 is because I didn't have the money. I didn't want to bring a lady into separation. Like that's it's really unfair, you know. Like who's into a place anakula sausage asubuhi, like it's very unfair. So yeah.
Do you think at 29 you were stable?
I wasn't, but I was closer. Like I could feel it.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. At that point, if I was gonna risk it with faith,
Yeah.
I was more ready to do that.
Okay.
At 25, there was nothing working out. It was dark at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Of course, they were a consideration. I think for every lady, financial stability is a consideration. But I think, as Ben had said, we'd pushed it for too long.
Yeah.
Until now, we thought it would be better. No, kind.
Yeah.
We got into that place of kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Victor?
Yeah, I think same thing.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have proposed if I didn't have a plan, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think at that time was at the height of my photography career.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, I can do this. Yeah, like I'm providing for myself, I'm doing all these things. I can actually do this thing. So yeah, I think it made me confident to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
At what age did your photography career start working out?
I think 22.
22.
Yeah.
Like at 22, guys were already paying you for your craft.
Yeah, not well though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shooting everything.
Yeah.
But there was
Everything
like
and
an
everything,
upward
but-
trajectory.
So eventually there was just like a skip.
Oh.
But I think I worked with someone and then
It
everything
went-
just took off. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, during those days in the industry, I used to hear about you and photography, but I would never even hit you up because I knew you couldn't afford it. Like, I knew we couldn't even have a conversation. Mtu anakwambia bei yako ni gani?
Hata huwezi
You're
sema bei
embarrassed to
yako.
state your price because wacha tu ni madharau, you know.
No, but imagine it wasn't that bad. Yeah. Like, you would have, because I did a lot of personal projects.
Yeah.
I used to love doing that a lot, even more than the commercial
The
ones,
commercial
so,
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I knew.
What
man.
was question 2 there?
That's a question too. Did it play a role at all in your process when getting married early-ish?
Yeah, I think we've
Yeah,
answered
we've
that.
answered that
We
one.
did.
Okay, let me go. Next.
Because it's huge. In the meantime,
Not quite.
guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're getting to 60K at the end of.
Is it still here?
Yeah, it's still
Yeah.
here. It's still here. It's still here, you know.
It's still
We're
there.
getting to 60K by the end of this premiere.
Do you think or ever worry that by getting married early-ish, you may have stifled your personal growth?
Let's start with Victor now.
Whoa. Hey. Yeah. Okay. Actually, it's something that I've thought about for like the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And honestly speaking, I think it did play a role. So I think I rushed in too quickly, and sometimes you need buffer time to build wealth. So there's this thing my mom always says that huwezi eka maji kwa gunia, because you're just pouring in and it's just getting out. So I didn't get that time to amass wealth and all these things. I took up a lot of responsibilities at such an early age. So it didn't give me time to build that kind of capacity.
Yeah.
So I think I did play a role in that kind of way.
Yeah.
So if I chilled out a bit, maybe like if I got married now, oh God,
Yeah.
probably be at a different place completely.
Yeah.
For me, I think maybe that's why I was very hesitant. I don't know if 29 is getting 27, 28 is getting married early-ish. I don't know. Maybe for some it is, for some it's not. But I feel like in a sense, that's why I was hesitant about getting married earlier than that age, because I felt like kuna vile nilikuwa naona na reason, it wasn't really the smartest way. So I think I needed some time to develop. And that's why maybe I hesitated. Because I remember at that time, like, especially after we started doing content with Ben, there was a lot of questions of like, you guys have dated for so long. When are you guys going to get married? When are you guys going to get married? And there was, at that time, there were no plans of, like, we didn't have a time frame and all those things. So, and I think a reason is because I still felt like I hadn't.
How long did you guys stay between engagement and
That took like
getting
a
married?
year.
Okay.
But then now we dated for like 7 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, you
That's
see.
a lot, man.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, we dated for 7 months.
7 months, then you
I was
propose.
like, I'm
Whoa.
done.
You're like, yeah, you're the one. Yeah, for us it was 7
But
years.
Victor, you come off as the romantic guy. Like, you're very, like...
Oh, wait, the lover boy.
Yeah, you really do, man. Like, even the way you had thought out about the proposal, plan A and plan B. Because if she knew my plan A, then
That's
that
it.
was it, man. You know,
Like, I'll just give you, you'll just give me the ring.
Yeah. There's no plan B. But for you, it's like you had really thought through that. There was plan B. That's pretty cool.
So how I got to propose after 7 months was because, so first of all, I felt like I was super ready. And I really wanted to have someone in my life. And then I was super in love, like head over heels, like gone. Yeah, so immediately, so this person, I felt like this is the one for me. And I pursued her completely. And I was so sure about the end result.
I don't know if, okay, from where I sit, if someone was to tell me that 28 is young to get married, I would see where they're coming from. But also, there is a lot of intentional work that I have done on a personal level that makes me feel like 28 is not young too early-ish for me to get married. Bearing in mind where I am as a person, who I'm getting married to, where we are, you and I, like there's so many dynamics that are so personal to our relationship that wouldn't make me feel like 28 is early-ish. I felt like the way we had dated for 7 years and all those things that we had gone through, it was a perfect time to get married. Maybe if it was someone else, I would think I was early.
Yeah. Interesting. So do I think getting married at 29 stifled my personal growth?
Yeah.
No, I think it actually, for me, it accelerated the growth, both in what we do, because we started a podcast, content, music. I think for me, it just accelerated the growth. And also, it also now pushed me to become a bit more responsible, because now, you're somebody's husband, you gotta act up, So I don't think it stifled my personal growth in any way.
All right, there's a part B. Did you feel like, or have you felt like you had to put certain goals and aspirations on hold or make sacrifices or compromises? Or have you found that being married has helped you grow and develop in new ways? I think definitely it's helped me grow and develop in new ways. I'm not the same person 2 years ago. And a lot of that, or 1 and 6 months when we got married, I'm definitely not the same person. And I think our marriage has contributed to me having to grow up and develop in new ways. But I felt like for sure a reason why I also hesitated to get married before 28 or before that period that we got married was I felt like there was this pressure that I had that I wanted to do certain things, or I wanted to, like I had this whole plan, like I had to do my master's before I got married. Well, that went down the drain. I wanted to travel a bit more before I got married. So maybe that's why I felt like maybe I should just wait it out until like I've settled, and then maybe we could pursue this marriage thing. But it's definitely helped me grow and develop in new ways. What about you guys?
But your husband gives you a lot of permission to travel.
Then,
Like
can I speak? Can I speak for
husband
myself?
supported you to go to Turkey.
Can I speak for myself?
Husband supported you to go to the States.
I mean, it was that myopic thinking of that maybe by getting married I'll be in this cage, and it was very stupid thinking, because once I got married I realized it's really not that. So
plus I think you can still do your masters. Like I can buy you a study desk, some lights,
a lot of support.
Burn the midnight oil alone.
Leave me alone.
Masters.
Even you.
So I mean, the offer still on the table.
Really?
I mean, like I help you do revision, so I can buy you a whiteboard.
For you guys, do you think that you've had to put certain goals and aspirations on hold?
No, not really. I haven't put any aspirations on hold. However, what I'd want to do more is travel as well, just like you.
Okay. You, Victor?
Two parts to it. So definitely, like I've grown to become someone that I enjoy being right now, based on the marriage that I had. So that's the blessing in disguise, right? At the very end. But now, in retrospect, when I look at the kind of person I am, so even talking to the therapist, one of the things that I was told is that I have a severe complex. So what I normally do, or what I used to do, was when I find someone that I really like, I'd put myself behind and stop focusing on myself and pour everything and all my energy into
this
that person and whatever their goals are. So, and that's what I ended up doing, right? So I put in everything I had and all my energy and my time to make sure that this person actually succeeds and gets to a better place than they were. And then at the end, when you look back, you're like, wait, you forgot yourself. So that's something I'm working on as well. So that's the two parts to it.
Let me ask you, Victor, how long were you married?
I was married for 4 years.
4 years.
But we were together for 7.
7. So you guys dated for 3 years before the marriage. You stayed for 4 years.
Yeah, so we dated for, I proposed after 7 months, and then had to chill for like a couple of years before getting starting the whole process.
So you dated for 7 months, you proposed, and then that's when you guys together for 3 years.
3 years,
Then you got married
as
for
an
4
engaged
years.
couple.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
We waited for 3 years before getting married because, first of all, we needed to align our finances. And then also we had moments of doubt. So from my end, I really wanted to be sure that this person wanted to be with me. And so I wanted to give it as much time as possible to make sure that both of us are making the right decision before just going and getting married.
All right, you go next, Ben.
Okay, this question is actually a long one. Yeah, so it has A, B, C. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. Getting married early is like leaving the club at 1 a.m. That's a good question. Discuss. This is personal, Barack. Do you think a book club? Football club, you know,
a golf club?
Yeah. Getting married early is like leaving the club at 1 a.m. Discuss. Do you think this was the case for you? Leaving the club at, I think this is the question for those who don't understand is like club inaanza kushika at like 2 or 3, you know, but you've just left at 1 because now that means it's that mindset.
You've been cuffed.
You've been cuffed. That's the word. Actually,
a bit too early.
A bit too early. So what would I say? Was that the case for
me? Had experimented for so long. And for me, I'm like those long committers. So I had my fair share of relationships, and I was non-working relationships or relationships that were not working. So I think I was done. I was happy to be out of the club.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yo.
I wasn't going to wait for it to shika.
Was over, eh?
I was done. I had no money to spend. For you guys?
I think I experimented so much, man, when I was in campus.
Bit too much.
My campus days were wild, man. Like, we had so much fun at KU.
They're so wild. I learned things about Ben till today.
So wild.
It used to be so lit, man, you know. Oh man, like the other day I was telling Shiro something new, and you know,
I was shocked.
She just judged me so much.
Yeah, I feel like I need to be let into this.
after.
Okay.
Not internet friendly.
Yeah, so I think I had so much fun in campus. I wasn't. By the time I'm getting married, I was like, I really want to settle down. Yeah.
Well, again, like I really feel like I'm on the
It's okay.
So
I love your experience.
Oh God, yeah.
Very interesting, actually.
Yeah, so I was raised like super Christian, like mad. So even when I was in uni, I wasn't experimenting. I was very like straight and narrow.
Christian, man. Like no,
mine was mad. Yeah. So
which church do you used to go to?
I went to a couple of churches, but ICC. Yeah.
Mombasa Road.
Mombasa Road or
Mombasa
Imara?
Road.
Mombasa Road.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So,
but isn't Imara still on Mombasa Road?
Yeah, it's
the one, but the wordings.
The Nyayo Stadium.
The one with Bethu and the highest praise. Yeah.
Confusing.
Yeah. So I was super like straight. So when my friends used to go out, I'd be in the house.
Yeah.
I'm the guy they used to call to go and pick them up. Oh my God. Okay. Writing a song.
Okay, rapper.
Oh God, but I was really like, I never got to do all those things. So like I was there when they were happening, but I didn't indulge in those things.
Okay.
So I never drank. Actually started drinking when first time I took alcohol was like, I think I was 25, 26, like it's like way later. So and a bunch of other things like I never tried. So I was just like, this is how my life is going to be. I'm going to leave campus. I'm going to get married. I'm going to,
There was a plan.
Yeah, so there's a plan. So I never got to do all those things. So
would you,
based on that question,
based on the question, I'm leaving the club at 1 a.m.
So it definitely, now that I think about it, at that time, we didn't feel that way because I didn't even know what that felt like, leaving the club at 1 a.m., right? Yeah. But now later on is when I'm like, and my sister used to tell me this a lot, like, wewe utazeka alafu utaanza kufanya hizi vitu kama umezeka. And I was like, never, ever. Yeah. But yeah, like apparently there's a whole stage that I missed. Right now is when I'm like,
yeah, you missed
this is when guys
did leave the club
did all these things, yeah. So yeah.
Okay, nice one. That's why sometimes I'm not the biggest supporter of. Sometimes I encourage just people to just go through the stages normally.
Yeah, for sure.
Get over things. In your experience, what do you think are the benefits of getting married early-ish?
Do I think, did I get married early? I did. 28 is considered early. Barack is saying it's considered early.
Yes,
Actually,
yes.
yeah, now that I
Eh,
talk to a
28
lot of
is-
people
yeah.
right now, you guys
28
are
is
like,
like
as long as
early.
it's 20.
Yeah.
It's like early.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think our folks made us feel like we
yeah,
we
like
were
I was
late.
old. I think for me, and this is what even when people ask me this question, like how is marriage or like all those things, I usually say like for me, I'm more obsessed with the person that I married. It's of greater concern to me, the person I married, than the whole marriage thing. So, meaning that if it wasn't Ben specifically, I don't think I would be married right now. So I think,
Oh.
I know.
Sweet.
And imagine he didn't even feel a thing in his heart. He didn't feel a thing in his heart.
Why would you judge me? I
So
did.
in light of that, I don't think with Ben it's considered early. Maybe with somebody else, then it would have been early. But I think with Ben, knowing that the journey that we had been on, the years that we'd been dated, the experiences that we've had, the ups and downs, I think it was a natural progression of our relationship. And I'm glad we did it. So what was the question?
The question is, in your experience, what do you think are the benefits of getting married, Earlyish?
I think you get to la vida loca with your partner.
Yeah.
Which is something I really, really enjoy. Live it up every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, you know, the experience that I had in campus and the whole wilding out that we had in campus, the reason why it had its limitation is because we were broke. Like, we had people who did not have money, and then there was our level of brokenness. You know, it's so super, super serious. But now, in retrospect, if I wasn't married right now and maybe I was getting the same kind of success that I'm getting, I don't think marriage would not be... that success can easily overwhelm you, you know, because now you can get probably a lot of chicks that you want, you know.
You'd be really in the club.
Yeah, you have the
Right
money,
now.
you buy the hottest car. I think the benefit of getting married early sometimes is that it helps you focus and just have
Grounds you.
some sort of foundation early, because the opposite to that is that you can enjoy this season too much and it carries you away all the way into later on in life. I don't know, man. That's my experience.
For
Victor,
you,
please.
Victor?
Okay, so benefits of getting married early.
Yeah.
Right? And there, I
Okay.
don't know why you're laughing.
Yeah.
I have some.
Okay.
So I think for one, I think I was able to, like, I grew up way faster than a lot of people
Yeah.
around me. So I was thinking about things that people my age at that time weren't thinking about. I was able to set up structures. For example, like setting up an Excel sheet, how you're going to save, savings plans, do you want all those things, investing. Yeah, you're talking to people who are, because now when you get married young, then the people you hang out with, especially if you're going to, what do you call them, this premarital, even post-marital classes, whatever, the people you mingle with are very mature and older. So guys were like maybe 7 years older than I was. So
Yeah, I
then,
thought you were going to say 70. I was like,
even those ones were there. Okay. I used to have those
Really?
clinics, yeah, where you're matched with the oldest couple, and then you guys now exchange
talk.
ideas and everything. Yeah, so
Wild.
it put a lot of things in perspective, like things like you need to get land, you need to buy a house, you need to do this, you need to do that, you know. So I think that's one of the biggest benefits.
Yeah.
Like, it got me thinking in that way earlier than most people my age at that time. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's a good benefit.
Yeah.
Well,
Is there a part C?
yeah, there's a part C actually. Na mimi najua nimesikiza
Which I
answer ya
can- we
Victor
can
Peace.
pick questions.
Hadi nikafunga hiki tu kabisa.
Victor, we can pick some questions
what
in
are
the meantime.
What do you think were your disadvantages? Wanjiru,
I don't know if I...
want to hear the disadvantages of getting married to Ben.
Mnafanya ni sound vibaya.
Yeah, I want you to hear the disadvantages of getting married.
Of getting married early. Let me think about it. If anyone has, they can go while I think.
Do I have a disadvantage of getting married early? Maybe the disadvantage would be a bit more wilder, you know.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Like if I wasn't married, I'd be really all out now with life.
So like you feel like umefungiwa or no? Like
because you're trying to get like the disadvantage.
The disadvantage of getting married.
early.
So you'd have wished to be wilder, but because you're married earlier,
you can't.
No. I'm talking about the disadvantage of not getting married early.
No, of getting married early.
Oh, we're talking about the disadvantage
Yes.
of the situation I'm in right
Yeah.
now.
No, it's
Okay.
Yeah. Safe space.
You don't want to be wild
I'm sitting on
out.
the couch.
But then imagine you can go. I need my free time.
What's the disadvantage of marrying early? The fact that you have to give up some things to accommodate the other person.
Isn't that marriage in general?
But you see now you're doing it at an
Earlier.
earlier stage. Yeah. So you have to put that in consideration.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get married to somebody, just know that there are some sacrifices that will come along with that. And some of them will involve you giving up some things that you've always wanted to accommodate the person that you've had.
And I think also, just to piggyback on Ben's point, you're constantly taught that 20s are selfish years. Just think about you, build yourself, It's really just about you. Be selfish with your time.
Yeah.
But then now once you get married, like you realize it's really just not. I'm not able to make decisions that are selfish as quickly as I would have hoped to. I have to constantly think about the other person. I can't wake up and do my masters. Genuinely, I can, but there's like thought process behind it. I have to have a conversation with someone. We have to figure out all those things. So it's not really the selfish years if you get married early-ish.
What do you want to do masters in, by the way?
But it's not that. It's just an example.
Please, like, trying to start taking to Absolute. I'm sure lecturers are like, why is this young man limiting her?
She'll start
What do you want to do masters in?
No. It's an example. Or just say like traveling.
No, it's okay. Masters.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
But for real, masters, what do you want to do your masters in?
I don't know yet, but it seems exciting to go back to school.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think so?
Okay.
You also want to go back to school, Victor.
Yeah, sort of, just for the flex.
That I have my masters.
Yeah. What are the disadvantages?
I think for me, I'd say emotional maturity.
Is that a disadvantage?
Like you do not have it. So now thinking about it, I'm just like, because I was even telling my mom, like, how did you let me get married at that age? Like, I know I'm stubborn and everything, because she can't talk me out of anything if I decide to do it. But now I look at my baby cousin, even call her baby cousin because she's 24. And I'm like, you getting married right now? I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
And that was you now.
Yeah, so like, I feel like that was the biggest, like, I wasn't able to develop that.
Yeah.
And it had to be brought out of me in such a harsh way by going through the whole like traumatic process at the very end. So yeah. So I think you just take your time to
grow.
To grow.
Yeah.
To grow. Wow. That's nice.
I can't believe 28 is considered early. Maybe it's because
Pretty.
yeah, no, quite early. Sorry, but early. It's quite early.
Who's asking? Why was it a struggle to find a disadvantage of getting married early? For me, is first of all, I feel like that's a thin line you're treading into. Okay, so for the sake of peace, but no, it's because I've always looked at it from a positive point of view. Never tried to actually ask myself, is there a downside to this? So maybe that's why that question got me a bit off guard.
Oh, it's me. No, it's Victor.
It's me?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Victor. Nice.
Oh, no. Okay. In your definition of what would be an ideal epic love story, does it encompass a long marriage or relationship? If so, why?
Long marriage or relationship?
Yeah, so in your definition of what will be an ideal epic love story, does it encompass a long marriage/relationship?
Yeah, I think it encompasses
For me, it does.
marriage
Relationship, healthy, and a long-term one.
because they get to live happily ever after.
Can you imagine if both of us said no? And we
Wow,
are married
that
to
would
each
be like
other.
such a red flag.
That would be a red
I'd be like, where?
Okay.
It's like how I answered that disadvantage
Yeah.
question.
For you, Victor?
It's like again. Here we go again. Yeah, I'm just like.
But it's okay.
a different
it's okay to actually
perspective.
have contrasting opinions.
Yeah.
We've had that on the show. A lot of
Because
times.
if both of us said no,
All three of us are like, yeah, no.
it's
Very awkward.
Oh, okay. Initially, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So that's what I felt. Even when getting married, like I'm not one to. I never thought of like I didn't get married to not get married. You know.
Yeah.
So I thought about it as a long haul
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but now I'm just like there's so much complexity to it, and I'm not trying. I'm really trying not to sound like the Grinch.
Yeah.
The marriage Grinch. But there's so much complexity in the sense that there's a new discovery of who I am right now.
Yeah.
And for the first time in a long time, I'm thinking about me.
Yeah.
Like I wake up and it's like me, you know, like every day.
Yeah.
So it's very addictive in a sense. So right now I'm currently I wouldn't say that I'm even
thinking about.
thinking of a long marriage / relationship.
Yeah.
But what I know is maybe in the future somewhere. 'Cause the one thing I've learned in life is like never say never.
Yeah.
Maybe I will. Maybe this is the healing process, man.
Yeah.
I'm uchungu, niko like,
Yeah.
but for now, I feel like experiencing people, even in short-term moments, because I've met a lot of people, not in that way, but I'm just saying, like, you meet a lot of people and you hang out with them, you talk to them, you experience them. And even though it's just for 3 months or maybe a week or 2 weeks, it still feels super
Like it
super
was
good.
good.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now you see, that's a good perspective as well.
I like that one.
So your question is done?
Oh wait, there's a part C.
Okay.
Wait, part B and C.
Go.
Okay, if not, then why not? Okay, I've already
We've
answered.
answered that
one.
Yeah. And then, what does it take for you to have an ideal / epic love? And does duration of relationship matter? And if so, to what extent?
What does
There's
it
so
take?
many questions, right? What does it take for you to have an epic love? And does duration of relationship matter? And if so, to what extent?
What does it take to have
An epic love
an epic love?
in your mind.
I think it's just
Intentionality.
It's being with somebody who wants to be with you and you want to be with them as well. Like it's
I'm just
50-50.
feeling love flowing over here. Guys, welcome to my show.
No, really.
We bring
but
couples
it's-
together.
like it's 50-50 and there's
Yeah.
that respect and there's the trust amongst you. Does duration matter? I think duration does matter for me, man. Like even the good relationships that I had in the past that lasted for a few months, I never categorized them as successful. Yeah, those
Also,
ones
for you,
sucked.
like if it's a long-term relationship, like the longer the time, the more successful it is in your mind.
In my mind, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love long-term
Long-term.
projects.
Yeah.
What about you, Wanjiru?
I'm ish about it because like there's someone that I dated in the past and it was a wonderful relationship. It ended very mutually. It was a mutual breakup. I think now even if I saw him, it would be, and it was just like for the shortest amount of time. I think it was like 3 months or 4 months.
3 months.
Or 4 months, something. And then you came and like you disorganized that whole...
I'm not supposed to.
Yeah. You uprooted that whole thing.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, bro. The world is cruel.
Disney sounds in my head right now.
But I consider it in every sense of the word. I think it was a good relationship. It ended very well. So I don't know if duration really matters. Yeah. I think what it takes to make it into an ideal love story, I think what I found with Ben and I, it has to be a lot of intentionality. I think we're both very, very intentional to make it work. Yeah. And we've been able to form our own love story. Yeah.
I can really tell.
Yeah.
Guys,
Again, he's not moved by such words. Ben is unmoved.
What do you mean I'm not moved?
wait, no. He's very moved.
No, he's not, Victor.
Umesikia, si ndio?
Oh, please.
You're blushing up, baby. Nice one.
For you, Victor?
For
Victor.
me, I think something you said, the fact that having someone want to be with you as much as you want to.
Yeah.
I think that's a big one. So you, both of you guys being on the same page, I think that will count as an ideal love. But what was the other thing? Duration. For sure. Like, I don't have much to compare to. Because funny enough, yeah. So I think I only dated like serious relationship. I probably had only one before the marriage. So it's even funny. Like, tell my friends that I never really had a girlfriend. Like, I had a girlfriend once, only one time before getting married.
Okay.
But yeah, it's such a weird experience. Yeah. So based on that, I think and all of them usually take like a long time. So I think duration actually.
Superior, you've done long-term relationships mostly. It's interesting. That thing you said about wanting to be with somebody who wants to also be with you, like they love you the same way you love them.
It's important.
Hakuna kitu mbaya kama kupenda mtu akupendi. You text them like 5 messages before they reply to one. So the ratio is 5 to 1. And if such things mess with your head, you can even get to a point you ask them, am I texting too much? Are you busy?
Are you okay? Are you Superman? Are you saving the city?
And you become so needy. You hit rock bottom. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Now I get to see all those things. It's like, wow.
Also, like guys texting you or
no, like right now, this is when now you're supposed to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so do you know that's like before though, it was so simple, right?
Yeah,
now
it's complicated.
I was just like, wow, I can't even keep up.
How is the talking stage for you?
Yeah, talking stage.
What are your hobbies?
So hard. Godspeed to you. All right. Why do you think your partner wanted to... Are we done with the questions? Okay. Why do you think your partner wanted to get married early-ish?
Let's start with Victor.
Oof.
Tumekumaliza leo. Tumemaliza Victor. We are so sorry.
It's because I'm always so very talking about someone else's perspective. But I'll try to represent it as best as I can.
Okay.
I think there was a sense of security.
Okay.
And that's what... and also, like, as I said, like when I pursue something, you can't stop me. Man, like when I put my mind... like I'm getting this thing, so I think maybe I was very convincing. That must have really contributed to it.
Alingia box.
I used to go to drop her at her mom's place every time until the mom used to call me ule kijana wa gate.
Gate.
I see you, Mr. Smooth operator.
Tunaingiangi ndani.
Kwa gate too. Why did you want to get married, Ali?
So this is I'll try to make it as simple as I can. So again, thank God for therapy. So I come from a like an only child type of situation, but then my mom later got married and then I have step siblings, but all through my life I was the only child, and then she's the only child as well.
Who mom?
So my mom, so coming from that dynamic, I always wanted, like I always yearned. I was just like, I wouldn't be like my dad. I wouldn't leave my family, so I need to come, go there as fast as I can, get to that point as fast as I can to make it right and prove the world or whatever that I can actually have a proper, steady family. So I think that was my biggest motivation. Nah, I'm not so
bothered by it.
Okay.
All right, Ben, why do you think I wanted to get married early-ish?
To be very honest, I feel like you felt it was time.
Okay.
It was really time. 8 years now. You can't do another 10 years anniversary of dating.
Actually, I thought about it. I was like, what? Time imenifunga hapa. So
time.
it felt like a natural progression. Also, another reason is like I really just wanted to live with you, like in the same house, start like that whole home kind of thing together. Yeah. And I just out of respect for my parents, a wedding was what would be ideal.
Was what would get you the blessings. Yeah. Okay.
So for me, why do I think you wanted to get married early-ish? I think you felt ready in every sense of the word. You felt like you could take up another person. And also I think you felt it was the natural progression for our relationship.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
Okay.
Nice one. I was getting to 30, man. I was 29 now. 31.
31.
What is your definition of a successful date?
Now as married or as dating?
Let's start as dating. Because it's only like how many? 3 instances?
That's why I can't even remember any of them.
The 3-month-old.
Yeah, like guys, I can't remember.
What? Steers was that?
He came and wiped.
Can I speak? But in what I can remember, guys, it's been like what, 8-9 years? It's been a long time since I went on like a successful first date. I think one where I laugh. I really want to laugh, and like the humor is bouncing off. Like even I consider myself sometimes very funny, so like
Yeah,
it's
you're
bouncing off to the other person, so we both are able to laugh, and like at least we can get past the talking, like the hobbies thing. I really would like to skip that. Let's do that on text, but on face to face, let's talk deep things, like. Because like I may feel things in my soul, so I want to talk them out.
On date one.
Imagine. That's why this is not.
Yeah, so this
So
is
let's
me,
do the
and I also
hobbies on
came here
text.
with my baggage. Hey,
Okay, not baggage, like
We're driving no Nico.
yeah. So like knowing who you are, you know, like
that's me though.
Yeah.
I feel things in my soul.
okay.
For you?
What's a successful date? I'd say first of all, the one where I have enough to pay for the date.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
That's like very important. You know, there's no need for you to be asking somebody their hobbies.
Oh, at least you can.
Hakuna ya kuosha vyombo hapo. So there's that.
That's a good one.
But also, like when you feel like you don't even notice time
it's
moving, you
moving.
know, you really don't want to go, you don't want to leave each other. That for me is a good, successful date.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also even now that we are married, a successful date is also when like we're not noticing that time is really flying and we are deep in our stories, literally talking about everything. And we're gonna go home in the same car and still go to the same house. Like
still continue talking.
And still not
Wow.
enough. Yeah. Yeah. You see, she's not moved to
When
Victor.
I'm
Sometimes
married,
she's
now
she's
that
not
I'm
even moved.
married, a successful date is the one that actually happens. That's the one that's the one I really like. The one where we clear schedules and we say, you know what, we're going to make it happen.
We did it like a few weeks ago. Yeah.
How many weeks ago?
A few.
2, 3.
2, 3, 4? A month
3
ago?
marks.
3 marks.
Yeah, it was 3 marks.
3 months.
No,
3
3 marks. Like 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks
Can
ago.
you
Imagine
imagine
Max.
a gentleman
Yeah,
doing
you
this
see,
thing?
even Victor is like,
No, it's the
3
mic.
weeks is bad.
yeah.
3 weeks. I'm sure I'm like
You
top
see?
5.
What?
3 weeks is
Let's ask Mr. Romantic over here because
it's bad, guys. 3 weeks.
and let me tell you, after that there was mandamano, like there was a lot of things happening.
exactly.
It's
2
like,
days.
You're
It
protecting
was
her.
Days in
they
the
cancelled
week.
Mandamano.
he has revived them again.
Yeah.
Respect Baba.
No.
He has to protect you.
Yeah.
No, it's bad. 3 weeks is bad, guys. So for me, a successful date is the one that actually
3
happens. Kwani unataka kusifanya how long?
3 weeks hata bado sijamaliza mwezi.
So just say,
Hata bado hiyo salary ingine inapatana na hii ingine.
For you, Victor, what's a successful date?
I think for me, I think one comes to mind like some time ago, I mean last year. And same thing, like having a really constructive conversation.
Yeah.
Where you don't know what that time is moving. And I think like, so like we went for dinner.
Yeah.
No, we started talking. So we used to talk like throughout the night, like asubuhi unasikia birds ziki.
Are you for real?
And I'm like, guy, we need to sleep. And
Oh my God, talking stage is so good.
yeah, and then we went out, we said, okay, yeah, finally, let's meet. And then now we meet. The day we met, went for dinner. Then we went out. Okay, not out, like we just went to a quiet place.
Yeah.
We stayed there till morning, talking. Wow. And then we came out of that place and went to Art Cafe and then had breakfast. I was getting home at 11.
You're
What?
not
I was
sleeping.
like, that's a good...
You're not sleeping.
You're not sleeping.
Okay, nah, at that point we were like...
Yeah,
okay,
no, it's
alright.
about time to sleep.
Wow. You know,
That's
that was intense.
amazing.
Yeah, I've never had anything
in
like
the
that.
bar.
It's like
Hiyo tu moja, hakuna ingine. Kutoka for 3 weeks.
We can't keep up.
it's so funny
really
how
nice.
now the next chicks that you're going to be in the talking stage with
At
after you watch this,
Young
they have no
Generation
the
Club.
bar. You see
Yeah,
the
no,
bar.
the guys who are watching this now for talking stage.
No, but you see, the thing is, we're not that person. So maybe that's not the.
Now the next
The
talking stage,
secret.
they are going to
Fair enough.
expect like now it's going to be the same.
Maybe
Yeah.
if it's going to work, it should be last time. Right?
Last time.
Like all chicks with your face is hitting on. They're like,
Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
huku
home at
kara mimi.
9. Actually, we're going home at 9.
Nice. You said it
You are
could
not
be a
serious
whole
with me, you
night.
know.
Alright.
Interesting.
Then you're next.
Yeah. Do you think that not going on a second date constitutes a failure? Definitely. My opinion.
Okay.
If it means the first one was not as good. I've had
It's
a couple.
failure the
couple of
word
those.
though.
Yeah, failure is the word.
For the guy, it feels like failure.
What if you just didn't like the person? Like that's
That is what we are
that's not
calling
failure.
That is what we are calling
So
failure.
it just didn't work out.
Actually,
And that is
but
failure
yeah.
for that project. Like
Eh,
the
maisha hivyo.
partnership.
Imesha hivyo si ati mefail. Si ni amkugongana.
Haikusucceed.
Kukosa kusucceed ni nini?
Wachani kutumia English. Ilifail.
Do you agree as well?
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe it's also a win because you don't get to spend time with
Yeah.
that person.
Yeah, and money on that
you're like,
person. So
We're assuming that it came from the other person, but sometimes it can also come from
Yeah.
you.
yeah.
Nice one. Awesome. Hi, nilienda Kitale. What's your definition of a successful relationship? We talked about this.
Relationship.
See where we say
Intentionality, love.
being with
Okay.
somebody who also wants to be with you.
Okay, cool.
Do you think the ending of a relationship equals to failure?
Nyinyi watu wa opposite ya succeed ni fail.
No. I think it served its time.
Why is a date different then?
Because it's not gotten to the
She
relationship
didn't even
part.
start.
You see, the purpose of a date is supposed to end up into a relationship. That's how I look at it.
No. What when you're dating everyone to
Yeah.
enter into a
Hii mambo ya kwenda na date na msee alafu anakwenda kwa sister zone or like
Sini kujua like that's how you juana. See that's how you juana. No, so every meal that you share with someone, it should end up in a relationship.
Alright.
The goal.
No, if I'm looking for
For
a
you
relationship,
guys, it's alright.
Exactly,
Like-
alright. If I'm looking for a relationship and I take somebody out on a date, there's a probability that I want it to end up in a relationship. If we don't make it to the second date, that's a failed project.
But see, that's so many expectations on like just that singular date that it's going to end up into this like exclusive thing.
Yeah, expectation. It's a high risk, high reward.
Right?
No.
Yeah. Career setting, planning, goal planning.
It's life.
No, you guys, that's true. Don't listen to this guy's kids at home. Why is it different for you guys? Because a date is considered a failure. But if a marriage ends in it doesn't pan out, then that's not a failure.
You're not understanding. We're saying by the time somebody's going on a date and they want
Yeah.
to look for a relationship, the success of that date is that thing morphing into a relationship. Now, if it has not morphed into the date number 2, that means the chances of it even morphing to a relationship are nil. So
Okay.
that's a failed project.
Explain then the marriage thing.
The
relationship, sorry.
But if it's a relationship, not all relationships, first of all, have to end up in marriage.
Okay.
Okay? Some relationships are just there to be enjoyed for the moment.
Yeah.
So if it ends, it's ended for that season.
And that's not failure.
That's not failure. It has served its purpose. You have learned your lesson.
So has a second date.
We
which
are
has
not
ended
for
and it
this to
hasn't
learn
worked out.
lessons. What's this double cam?
Imagine
On Friday afternoon.
Wesikiza color
Molecules.
Hakuna pali naenda.
I don't know what you guys feel in the comment section.
So what made me struggle with the relationship ending question? I don't know. I'm one of those guys who I don't look at things like death, things ending. You know the way people are told to think about where will your proceeds go to after you die. Even Instagram asks you sometimes, who do you want to have your logins after you die? I just never go there because I don't know, man. I always feel like I don't want to invite it, but I know also I'm not being, sometimes it's good to have all options open. So it's because I don't think about it, so I was trying to really avoid it. Yeah.
Victor, what do you think?
Definitely, there's a sense of failing.
When a
Especially-
relationship ends.
Yeah, considering the one that comes to my mind is the one that I've been
Yeah.
in, which is the marriage.
Yeah.
So when it comes to it, it definitely feels like you failed because time. Time is precious. There's nothing you can't get back time.
Yeah.
Right.
So even like if you did it earlier, maybe at that second date, it should have been way better than stopping at 7 years, right? So because you can't take back the time. So I think that's where the deep sense of failure comes in. But then there's also this other part where you feel like it's actually a new lease to life. That the fact that it's happened after the 7 years and not 20 means that you have now enough time to reinvent yourself and rediscover and change up and learn. Yeah, so it comes with like
It's
two
a
sides to
double,
it,
yeah.
Yeah, but the second date one is failure.
Yeah.
I want to know what guys at home think in the comment
means the
section.
conversion rate
The
is
set
very
is
low.
divided.
The conversion rate is
You
very
guys are
low.
looking at ROI.
Yeah.
You're looking at the time and the money you spent.
and the number of colors you've had that week.
What's the definition of a successful marriage, in your opinion? Consider?
Do you think we have a successful marriage? Would you define it as successful?
I'd say this is successful. It's a successful marriage. It gives me peace. It's pushing me to be
You're welcome.
a better person. And I love the person that I am with. And I love the fact that we are achieving things together.
We're building together.
And I love the fact that we are growing together. So we are on the same page, actually. That's an important thing. So that for me constitutes to a successful marriage.
Oh, that's cute.
finally.
That's there, yeah.
Finally,
That one has warmed
yeah,
my
yeah.
heart. I think everything he said, and I co-sign at the bottom that
Come on,
that we are peaceful, that we are happy, we enjoy each other's company. I think even when I want to pull Ben's brains out, I don't mean that like figuratively, like just like,
DCI
like
watching.
not literally rather, but like when I want to pull out his hair, let me say that. Well, that's also because he has.
No, he really did it.
Okay. Yeah. You get my point.
Baba is
he's
watching
still the
like,
one person.
"Ananyelewaga pengine."
He's still the one person I want to pull his hair out and not anybody else's. So, yeah.
Okay. Victor?
I really know. You're a bad joke.
That's really dark, right? That's really dark and
It's
funny.
a dark
Oh
joke.
my god. Okay, so
But it was right there.
yeah, you're too easy. But a successful marriage.
Yeah.
I think maybe I'll just pick out what I felt was successful in what I was in.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest things, and I think this is what everyone who was around us, even up until now, I keep saying that we had a solid friendship.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's what took us those 7 years, right? Because we were like super, super tight friends. Yeah, even up until now, no bad blood. We, from like maybe once a year, we hang out just to status check and
That's
stuff.
very civil.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the biggest things. So friendship. So I even like if I was to believe again, that person has to be my friend.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
I agree. All right, your turn. Ben, are you done
No,
with it?
there's another one. Do you think it's possible to have a successful marriage despite it ending? I think that one we've answered.
Yeah.
In your experience, do you think your marriages are successful? I think we've answered that
Yeah.
as well. So, Victor, let me ask this question. And I don't know if you don't want to answer it, that's fine. But if you guys are still cool, then that means the difference that you guys encountered was irreconcilable.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was just like it's not working. Nimeona.
Yeah.
That's
Si
my
basi
try.
sasa tufanye kitu aje.
Okay. Ni kama ile 3 month ya Wanjiru.
Sasa umeona. Okay, yangu ilikuwa juu yako, wewe ndio uliingia ukaribu hiyo mix.
Yeah, sauna.
Yeah.
Lazima ukose chaos kwa hii world.
Your turn, Victor.